Cost of living between Tulsa, Oklahoma and Phoenix, Arizona. Hi, I'm Rodney Dixon, your Tulsa, Oklahoma real estate agent. Are you relocating to Tulsa, Oklahoma? I've helped hundreds of families find their dream home. Would love to do the same for you. Just look at it as I'm your real estate agent with feet on the ground when you're moving to Tulsa, Oklahoma. All right, so cost of living, I get excited about this stuff. So in Phoenix, Arizona, if you've got a house that's $500,000-$600,000, I'm going to show you what a Tulsa home looks like that's $500,000 to $600,000. But the cost of living here is a little less, and I'm going to break this down, and we'll include goods and services. So it'll give you a good basic understanding of what you're looking at and what's the sales tax percentage. Is there an income tax? We'll kind of cover things like that as well. All right, are you guys ready? I say we get into it. Hey, another thing, if you like these kind of videos, I'm building this channel. I would love your help. Click that subscribe button and click that bell notification button. That's also a great way for us to stay connected. So when it is time to relocating Tulsa, Oklahoma, I'm your real estate agent with feet on the ground for you to get the answers you need to important questions that you have so that you can make those important decisions when that time comes. All right, are you ready? Let's get to it. If you make $100,000 in Phoenix, Arizona, what does that look like for Tulsa, Oklahoma? All right, so I'm putting this as my starting city as this. I'm living in Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm moving to Tulsa, Oklahoma. All right, so what does that look like? $100,000 in Phoenix, Arizona, you only have to make an income of $85,600 here to maintain the same standard of living that you have in Phoenix, Arizona. That's a pretty big difference. That's about a little over $14,000. That can do a lot in a year, right? Transportation tends to be about 15% lower in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Homes tend to cost 36% lower in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now that's a pretty significant difference as well. And I'll break that down even further. The cost of living in Tulsa, Oklahoma in general is about 17% lower. Utilities tend to cost 3% lower. All right, here we go. Let's break it down. Home price. If you have a home for $518,000 there, you only have to spend $356,000 for a comparable home in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's a pretty significant difference there. Apartment, if you need to rent for a while until you buy, well, Phoenix, Arizona, if you're renting for about $2,000 there for one bedroom, that about 1,000 square foot, you're looking at about $1,140 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Total energy, $193 there, $181 here. Phone bill, $186 there would be $193 here in Tulsa. So that's kind of an uptick of about 3.5%. All right, Phoenix, if a gallon of gas in Phoenix is $3.54, you're only going to pay about $3.12 here. That's a savings right there. Doctor visit, $99. Now this is kind of interesting. $99 Phoenix, Arizona doctor visit, you're looking at about $108 here. It's almost 9% uptick in Tulsa. Dentist visit, $120 there, you're looking at about $105 here. That's about a 14% lower price here in Tulsa. Optometrist, if you're paying $107 there, expect $115 here. A little bit of a difference. Prescription drugs. So if you're on meds there and you're paying $486 a month, just figure it's going to cost you about $465 a month here. So pretty close, but that's about 4.5% difference. Ibuprofen. And I like how they kind of break it down, even in the most simplest form. Ibuprofen, $11 there. It's going to cost you about $10.36 here. Okay, moving on down. Whole milk. If you're paying $4.78 there, you're only going to pay $4.56 on average here. Not a big difference, right? So this is good info. This is good to know. Bread there, $4.40. You're going to pay $3.68 here for a loaf of bread. Coffee, $6.55 there. Just expect that's going to be about $5.60 here. And then they even break it down like, I guess that's per ounce maybe. Shampoo, $1.32 there. It'd be about $1.20 here. So that's pretty good information, right? It's basic, but at least it gives you some info there. There's a few other things I want to cover here. And what I want to cover though is crime and safety. All right, so Phoenix, Arizona, and this is being pulled from citydata.com. Phoenix, Arizona has higher crime rates compared to Tulsa, especially property crime. However, both cities have areas with relatively low crime rates, which that's good. Cost of living in Tulsa is significantly lower compared to Phoenix, so we kind of looked at that. Housing, definitely. Income tax. Oklahoma has a state income tax ranging from 0.5% to 5%, just depending on how much you make. Arizona state income tax ranges from 2.59% to 4.54%. So on the higher end, Tulsa, Oklahoma, we have a little bit more income tax rate, don't we? All right. Property tax rates are generally lower in Phoenix compared to Tulsa. Now that's kind of interesting, but that's good to know. Sales tax. Arizona has a higher state and city sales tax rate than Oklahoma. Phoenix sales tax is 8.6%, while Oklahoma is just about 8.5%. So that's not a huge difference at all, but you know, every little bit counts. So it's just good to have that information. Keep me in mind if you're relocating to Tulsa, Oklahoma. I would love to talk with you. You've got all my information down below. Reach out, let's connect, and then when that time comes, you'll have the answers you need to make wise decisions on where you want to live around the Tulsa area. And I'm happy to be an important part of those decisions with being your realtor with feet on the ground for you here in Tulsa, Oklahoma.